What's good, sports family? So we have a breaking news in the Miami Marlins organization. Yes, star bullpen Ronny Henríquez is out for the rest of the season due to this injury. Let's get into it. But before we do, like, comment, subscribe for more sports content and news. As well, go check out our YouTube shorts of this news. We posted it yesterday around like 7 p.m. But today, let's get into more detail about this. So, what happened? The injury detail. Ronny Henríquez recently underwent right elbow surgery to address a serious injury to the UCL, the same ligament that usually requires Tommy John surgery when torn. This procedure includes a UCL reconstruction with an internal brace, which is a hybrid technique to help protect and support the repair. So this is like, when you pitch, this is where you need to, you need to get that surgery done, really, honestly. So how serious is it? Because of the surgery, he's expected to miss the entire 2026 MLB season. Relief pitchers going through this level of elbow reconstruction typically need many months of rest and rehab before starting a throwing progress, and even longer before game action. So you can't just automatically, let's pitch now. No, you have to rehab, you have to rest, you have to let it heal. It's a lot. It's not something that you can do, 2 or 3 months. And also, it's his pitching arm. So it's it's big. Now, context of his 2025 performance. In 2025, Henriquez has been one of the Marlins' most effective bullpen arms, posting a 2.22 ERA with 98 strikeouts in 73 innings, which is really impressive. Along with multiple saves and holds, he was becoming a key setup man and late inning option for Miami. Now, let me tell you more detail about his 2025 stats. So, 69 games appearance, all in relief. Wins-loss record, 7-1, which is amazing. ERA, like I said, is 2.22. Strikeouts, 98. Save, 7. Inning pitch, 73.0. And whip, 1.10. If you guys don't know what whip is walk plus hit per inning. Now, let's get into what the Marlins will be doing next. Since he'll be out for the rest of the season, what will Miami do? Will they pick someone from free agency? Will they use some guys from the minors? What's up? So, with Ronny unavailable for the 2026 season, Miami will need to, find someone who can do high leverage innings among remaining relievers. They can either elevate pitchers like Calvin Fulcher, my apologies for saying the last name right, Anthony Bender, if healthy, Tyler Phillips, or others into prominent late inning roles. Another thing that they can do is that focus on rehab timeline. The Marlins medical and training staff will oversee structured rehab program, beginning with rest and progressing through throwing phases. The goal is to get him ready for the 2027 spring training or in-season action, depending on his recovery progress. So if he does somewhat speed up, maybe he'll come back, but they're not going to rush him back. They're going to see how well he heals up. Roster moves and depth. Teams often add bullpen arm in the offseason or spring training to compensate for the loss of a reliable reliever. That may include free agent signing, minor league deals, or waiver claims to ensure enough high-leverage relievers are available. So, they're going to try and see someone in the offseason, see who they're going to bring up, maybe spring training, who knows. Now, long-term bullpen planning. Henriquez's absence could influence off-season planning, not just for the 2026 relief role, but how Miami managed prospects and depth arm in AAA or AA who could be stretched into MLB roles. So they're going to see maybe they have a long-term for another reliever. Who really knows? But they have a lot of options. They can do, past bullpen guys from last year, minor league, free agents. They have a lot of options, so they're not like, oh my God, but they have, it's a good thing that, I'm not going to say it's a good thing, but it's a good thing that they know now, compared to through the middle of the season, the beginning of the season, they're like, oh no, what, So at least now they have, an early start of what they can do for the relief bullpen role. So that they're not, running around trying to find who we can put in without trying to mess up the team, and so on. Now, my thought on this is that I feel like the Marlins are not going to go after a high top free agent reliever because half of them are gone already. And on top of that, the Marlins don't really spend any money. So I have a feeling that either they're going to be using one of their relief pitchers from last year to set up for his position, or they're going to find someone from AA, AAA. But I feel like they don't really focus on AA, AAA players as much as other teams do. So I feel like they're more likely going to look at the guys they have on the roster right now and then see who's best fit. But who really knows? Sometimes they could be like, hey, let's just choose the guy from AA, AAA, you know? But we will just have to see. I feel like their best pitcher in the bullpen, that if they want to put him in that high leverage inning, will be Anthony Bender. I mean, you can choose Calvin Fulcher or Tyler Phillips, but it's a little bit of a risk because some of these guys aren't the best when it comes to like holding it down. I feel like it's just all depends on like what the Marlins want to do. I know they're not as competitive as the other teams in the NL East as well as in MLB, but you can see they have something in them. But I see that if Anthony Bender if healthy, does play, I think he'll be their best option because if you see his stats from last year, he had a pretty solid stat. Yes, he was 3-5 record, but ERA was a 2.16, strikeouts 42, and his WHIP is 1.06. So it's pretty similar, maybe a little bit better than him. But we're not sure if he can do the long haul of holding it down. I'm not sure. But I think he's the best option because the other guys I can't really trust. I feel like he's just a little bit better than them in some way or another. But we just gotta wait and see. And yeah, guys, let me know in the comments, will this affect the Miami Marlins bullpen and for the 2026 season? I think so. And who do you think will be the best option to pretty much replace him? Anthony Bender, AAA, AA pitcher? Who? And I'll see you guys next video.